People are naturally sad or upset. It's the bad feeling you get when you lose the house you've spent your whole life building because of a natural disaster. It's the pain you feel when a close friend of 10 years lies to you, or it's the sadness you feel when a loved one dies of a serious illness. Being human means that everyone has to go through times of sadness and pain. Each feeling has a meaning, but what matters is not where they come from, but how they make us feel. Feelings are an important part of being human. They show that we're still noticing and responding to the world around us. But the story doesn't end there. Sometimes distress can become a challenge to the mind, making us lose confidence and the ability to handle life. Is there a way to strongly confront this distressing emotion? How do we escape the sinking feeling in the sea of anxiety and sadness? Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, says, "Act as if nothing bothers you." Perhaps that's one of the best things about Stoic philosophy. It helps us control our emotions and act without being swayed by them. In this video, we'll look at 18 principles from the work of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus that will help you understand more about the power of Stoic philosophy and how to use it in your daily life. Don't miss any of the useful principles and advice we'll learn today. Just one of these 18 principles will give you a deep understanding of how the lessons of Stoicism can change our lives. Want to help us reach new heights? Like and share this video to boost its reach through the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe, because only 2.9% of our viewers are subscribed. Your support makes a huge difference. Number 1. Bet on simplicity. In a world where we can enjoy all sorts of luxuries, choosing to live a simple and frugal life may seem like a bad idea. But the reason for this is much simpler and more logical than we might think. In the busyness of modern life, seeking simplicity not only helps us get rid of unnecessary worries, but it also leads to true freedom and happiness. Rediscovering the value of seemingly simple things that have huge impact on our lives and ourselves is what simplicity is all about. It helps us see that we don't always need to seek extravagance or novelty to be happy and satisfied. Sometimes the simplest things, like a meaningful conversation with friends, a warm family meal, or even a quiet time with a good book, can give us deep peace and joy that nothing material can replace. This not only boosts our self-esteem and independence, but it also makes us more likely to put money into relationships and hobbies that will pay off in the long run. A simple way of life also makes us more aware of what's important in our lives. As we slowly get rid of things that aren't necessary or luxurious, we start to focus on improving and caring for ourselves, which leads to a more meaningful and satisfying life. Simplicity isn't deprivation. It's a smart choice that helps us enjoy every moment and love deeply. People often forget about simplicity in a world that is getting more complicated, but it's a strong approach that can help you be more productive, understand things better, and make better choices. Bet on simplicity is a concept that tells us to simplify things, cut down on redundancies, and focus on what's important. This way of thinking can be used in many areas, from business plans to personal relationships. It will lead to better results and more happiness. A look at complexity versus simplicity. It's possible for complexity to cause misunderstanding, mistakes, and waste. On the other hand, keeping things simple makes them simpler and easier to handle. Pros of keeping things simple: efficiency. Making things easier to do saves time and money. Clarity. Team members can talk to each other and understand each other better. Making a choice. It's easier to make smart choices when choices and steps are clear. Tips on how to get simplicity. Prioritization. Pay attention to the most important jobs and get rid of the ones that aren't needed. Process streamlining. Get rid of steps that aren't needed and automate as much as you can. Clear communication. Use simple words and make sure everyone knows what the goals are. Design and user experience that are easy to understand. Users have better experiences when designs are kept simple. Customers are more likely to use and like products and services that are simple to understand. Problems and how to get past resistance. Because of habits or a fear of change, people may not want to be simple. To get people on board, teach them about and show them the benefits of simplicity. People and businesses can make situations that are more useful and satisfying by betting on simplicity. This can lead to long-term success and well-being. Number 2, get ready to fail, because that's the only way to move forward. This is an invitation to face what we all fear most: failure. But in Stoic philosophy, failure, even though it seems scary, is an important step toward success. It is in the ashes of failures that the seeds of wisdom and resilience are planted. Instead of seeing failure as a bad thing, see it as a bridge that leads you closer to your goals. Accept your flaws, learn from them, and then let go. The fear of failing holds us back a lot of the time, not because we can't get past problems, but because we don't want to face them. But keep in mind that I'm not telling you to look for failure. What I want you to try to do is learn to accept failure as a normal part of the path to excellence. This way we build a strong spirit that isn't put down by setbacks, but is instead boosted by the challenge of rising again. Being ready for failure is a precursor to progress, and every stumble is a chance to stand taller, be more firm. Every problem should be seen as a chance to become more determined and improve one's character. People often think of failure as a bad thing, but it's actually an important part of progress and growth. Accepting loss as a useful way to learn makes us stronger, helps us learn from our mistakes, and helps us reach our goals. Being ready to fail doesn't mean that you expect to lose. Instead, it means that you are willing to learn from our mistakes. This way of thinking leads to long-term success by encouraging constant growth and new ideas. Change the way you think about failure. Understand that failing is not the end, but a way to get better. Each mistake gives you useful information and feedback that helps you improve how you do things. Adopt a growth mindset. If you have a growth mindset, you believe that you can improve your skills and intelligence through commitment and hard work. This way of thinking helps people learn from their mistakes instead of giving up after they happen. Look at your mistakes and learn from them. Take the time to figure out what went wrong when you fail. Find the things that went wrong and use what you learned from them. This process keeps people from making the same mistakes again. Build up your strength and determination. Facing loss makes you stronger, so you can get back up after a setback. Long-term success depends on your ability to keep going even when things get hard. Take risks that make sense. To make progress, you need to get out of your comfort zone and try new things. Being ready for failure means being ready for setbacks and knowing that these risks are important for growth and new ideas. Number 3, don't forget that what you do shapes your future. Never forget that your reactions shape your destiny is a strong reminder of how our actions affect our lives. We have a choice in every situation about how to respond, and these choices add up to shape our routes and outcomes. We can steer our lives toward our desired future, no matter what challenges and situations we face, if we understand and control how we respond. Being aware and thinking about yourself. Being aware of your responses is the first thing you need to do to handle them well. Self-reflection helps you understand how you usually react and spot trends that might not be good for you. Application. Be mindful and think about how you respond to different situations on a regular basis. Writing in a journal can help with this. Controlling your emotions. It's normal to feel emotions, but how you deal with them is very important. Learning to control your feelings can help you avoid acting on impulse, which could have bad results. Use deep breathing, meditation, and cognitive reworking are all techniques that can help you handle your emotions better. Wait before you react. Point. If you stop for a moment before responding, you can choose what to do instead of reacting without thinking. This break gives us time to think about what we should do next. Use. When something is setting you off, take a few deep breaths or count to 10 before you react. This short break can have a big effect on how things turn out. Getting into a good mood. Point. Having an upbeat attitude changes how you act in a good way. Focusing on solutions instead of problems will help you deal with problems better and keep a positive mood. Application. To develop a strong and positive attitude, practice gratitude, reframe negative thoughts, and spend time with positive people. Getting knowledge from experiences. Point. Every deed and its result can teach us something important. Thinking about these events helps you improve how you react in the future. Take some time to think about what happened, how you behaved, and what you can learn from it after something big happens. Use what you've learned to guide what you do next. How we respond is a big part of how our lives turn out. We can take charge of the direction of our lives by becoming aware of and mastering our reactions. We can make our lives fit our real goals and potential by thinking about ourselves, controlling our emotions, pausing before reacting, keeping a positive attitude, and learning from our mistakes. Sometimes we can't change what's going on around us, but we can change how we react to it. When you face problems, Epictetus once said, "Your reaction shapes your destiny." You can choose to respond with anger, despair, want, or acceptance, and then you can figure out how to get through them. Not only does this choice change your current mood and thoughts, it also shapes your future. For example, if a business person fails at a project, they have two choices at that time. One way to look at it is as the end and give up on the future. Another way is to see everything as a chance to learn and grow. When they decide to see failure as a learning opportunity, they start to look at their mistakes and learn important lessons about business and about themselves. They change their strategy and get better at managing people and solving problems. This not only helps them get back on their feet better after failing, but it also gives them the tools they need to do great in future projects. In the end, this positive and determined response not only helps them get through tough times, but it also sets them up for a bright future. So this shows that failure is an important step on the way to success. We can't control everything that happens, but we can choose how to react to it. Remember that every reaction is a step toward making your fate. So, Principle 3 isn't just a way to remember your inner strength. It's also very wise advice on how to live a happy and worthwhile life. Number 4. Control your life. Epictetus once said that each of us has different keys. Some keys open doors to happiness, while others open the depths of inner turmoil. For example, if your co-workers are criticizing a failed project, let Epictetus's advice motivate you to find the good in the situation. Do not let these kinds of comments mess up your life or mood. Take a step back. You can keep your peace of mind and control in the workplace by accepting feedback from authors and using it to improve your work. Remember that we all have the right and the power to shape our own lives. Don't let other people's opinions or expectations get in the way of your chosen path. Instead, focus on building inner strength through self-control, self-improvement, and continuous learning. When you take control of your life, nothing can stop you from achieving true happiness and success. You can learn a lesson about taking charge of your life from this. I run my own life. If you want to build the future you want, you have to take charge of your decisions, actions, and thoughts. Being self-aware, making goals, managing time, and taking responsibility for yourself are all parts of it. You can deal with problems better and live a more balanced, satisfying life if you understand and follow these concepts. Being self-aware, being aware of your skills, weaknesses, values, and driving forces. Steps to take. Think about your actions and thoughts often, ask others for feedback, and keep a journal to keep track of your growth and new ideas. Setting goals. Setting clear, attainable goals for different parts of your life, like your job, personal growth, health, relationships, and so on. Steps to take. To set your goals, use the SMART method: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Break up big goals into smaller ones that you can handle, managing your time, planning and organizing how to split your time between tasks so that you can reach your goals. Steps to take. Use tools like the Eisenhower matrix, urgent versus important, to set priorities for your work. Use apps that keep track of time, schedules, and to-do lists. Make time to rest and unwind. Being responsible for yourself. Being responsible for your acts and the results they have, whether good or bad. Steps to take. Own up to your mistakes and learn from them. Don't put the blame on other people for your problems. Think about what you can control and become more aggressive. Being able to adapt and bounce back. The skill of being able to adapt to new situations and get back on your feet quickly after problems. Action steps. See change as a chance to get better. Keep a good attitude, take care of yourself, and make strong support networks to become more resilient. You can take more charge of your life and be happier and more successful in both your personal and business life if you master these 5 key areas. Number 5. Don't hate people who hate you. Life is made up of opposites: tall people and short people, smart people and dull people, people who love you deeply, and people who openly hate you. Whether we like it or not, we have to get to know these opposites and find balance between them. Epictetus teaches us a valuable lesson about how to balance these differences. Do not hate those who hate you. When we refuse to respond to hatred with hatred, our minds open up to the power of tolerance and compassion. This does not mean we are weak or give up. It means we have a lot of inner strength and self-control. By staying calm in the middle of chaos, we not only protect ourselves from harm, but we also find a noble path to get past it. This principle tells us that happiness and peace are not things that come from outside sources, but things that come from within and are caused by how we choose to interact with the world around us. When we refuse to spend time holding grudges, we not only free ourselves from the burden of grudging, but we also create chances to love and appreciate what life is all about. Do not hate those who hate you is a deep concept that has roots in many religions and philosophical schools. This idea inspires people to get over their anger and hostility, which leads to more kindness, understanding, and peace. By not returning hate, one can break the cycle of bad feelings and make the world a better place for everyone. This method encourages personal growth, emotional strength, and a wider view of how people interact with each other, which leads to a more peaceful and understanding society as a whole. Figuring out where hatred comes from. People often put their own problems and fears onto other people. Realizing that most hate comes from hurt or miscommunication can help people develop empathy instead of anger. This change in perspective helps people see more deeply into hateful actions and words, which leads to a more caring reaction. What it means to forgive. Being able to forgive is a strong way to stop hate. You can free yourself from hanging on to bad feelings by forgiving people who hate you. Forgiving someone can help you feel emotionally free and at peace, which is better than holding on to anger. Setting up good limits. It is important not to hate back, but it is also important to set limits to keep yourself safe. Setting limits that are clear and respectful will help you stay healthy while practicing non-hatred. Being kind in response. Responding to hate with kindness can take the weapon away from the attacker and change the way the relationship works. Acts of kindness and understanding can open the door to discussion and peace, which can break the cycle of hatred. Personal growth and being strong. It takes a lot of strength and mental maturity to choose not to hate people who hate you. It shows that you care about higher principles and ideals. This practice can help you become more emotionally strong so you can handle future problems and disagreements with more grace and ease. Do not hate those who hate you is a strong concept that tells people to get over their bad feelings and work to create a culture of understanding and empathy. Individuals can help make the world a better place by learning about what makes people hate, forgiving others, setting healthy limits, reacting with kindness, and encouraging personal growth and resilience. Adopting this principle not only helps the person, but it also has a positive effect on the community as a whole. Number 6. Incorporate humility into your life. Accepting humility shouldn't be a burden in your life, it should be a freedom. It's where you can let go of your ego and walk lightly and easily. Epictetus had a deep understanding of how small we are in comparison to the universe and how little we know about it. Being humble means realizing that our knowledge is limited, our successes are short-lived, and our control is often an illusion. If you choose to be humble, you align yourself with a core principle of Stoicism. You control how you treat others, how you deal with life's challenges, and how you contribute to the world. Being humble lets you focus on these things with clarity and purpose, without the need for competition or self-promotion. Understand that being humble doesn't mean you don't value yourself. It means you don't always put yourself at the center of every situation. It's an important tool for growth that helps you learn from every situation with a grateful attitude and to show others kindness and understanding. Write something "I accept humility in my life" to let us know you're ready to follow principle number 6. Being humble is an important quality that helps you grow as a person, improves your relationships, and makes your life more satisfying and balanced. It means being aware of and okay with our flaws, appreciating other people's strengths and contributions, and being willing to learn from comments. Being humble helps us be open to learning and curious about life, which makes us better able to deal with problems and adapt to new situations. Being humble in our daily lives can help us understand other people better, communicate better, and form deeper, more genuine ties with the people around us. Be aware of your limitations. Know this: you don't know everything. Know that you don't know everything and that you can always learn more. Ask for feedback. Ask for constructive advice from other people on a regular basis, and then use it to get better. Admit your mistakes. Tell the truth about your mistakes and own up to them. This makes you look strong and helps people trust you. Value what other people have to say. Value different points of view. Know that everyone has their own experiences and ideas that can help you learn more. Thanks to those who deserve it. Honor and celebrate other people's accomplishments and hard work. Active listening is important. Be interested in what other people have to say and willing to listen to their thoughts. Grow your gratitude. Thank God for what you have. Regularly think about the good things in your life and be thankful for them. Value the help of others. Pay attention to and thank the people who assist you in different ways. Write down your thanks. Every day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. This will help you keep a happy and humble attitude, learn new things all your life, be open to learning new things and broadening your views all the time. Accept that you will learn things over time. Keep in mind that progress takes time, and it's okay to not know everything right away. Take on challenges, get out of your comfort zone, and try new things with the mindset that you'll learn and grow from them. Think about yourself. Review your deeds and attitudes often. Think about your actions and how they affect other people. Set goals for your own growth. Find things about yourself that you could do better and work on becoming a better person. Keep it real. Remember your beliefs and principles, and make sure that what you do is in line with them. You can develop a sense of humility by following these rules every day. This will improve your personal and work relationships, help you learn and grow, and make your life more satisfying and balanced. Number 7. Friendship is more valuable than money. It's not material things that make you wealthy, it's the warmth of genuine connections. Unlike material things, friendship is a safe place where you can find support, understanding, and mutual respect that stays strong through life's ups and downs. Friendship gives us strength and resilience, which helps us face life's challenges with grace and intelligence. Friendships remind us that true happiness is not in what we have, but in the people we share our lives with. When we put friendships ahead of things, we embrace a life of depth and fulfillment. We realize that the greatest treasures are not in our bank accounts, but in the love and company of those we hold dear. This principle encourages us to value and grow our relationships, because in the end, the quality of our connections determines our wealth. The importance of money often seems to be the most important thing in our fast-paced, materialistic world. The ties we build, on the other hand, make life more meaningful. Friendships give you a sense of belonging, emotional support, and shared events that you can't get anywhere else. The relationships we build with friends give us love and understanding, which makes our lives more important and full. While money can be short-lived and impersonal, real friendships last through good times and bad, giving you a wealth that can't be measured. Support and well-being for emotions. Friendships are an important way to get mental support. Friends are there for you when you need someone to listen, ease, and support you. Research has shown that having strong social ties can improve your mental health, lower your stress, and make you happier and more satisfied with your life in general. Memories and experiences that are shared. Friends share special moments that we will always remember. Together, they weave a web of events that make our lives better. These shared events help us feel like we belong and shape who we are and how we grow as people. Acceptance and understanding without conditions. Because they know we're flawed, true friends accept us for who we are and give us a safe place to be ourselves. This kind of acceptance helps us feel better about ourselves and gives us more confidence, which helps us deal with life's difficulties better. Longevity and staying the same. Although money can change, real friendships tend to grow in value over time, giving you a steady source of happiness and support. Unlike money, which is temporary, friendships that last a long time are often stronger and can stand the test of time and distance. Advice on morals and ethics. People we trust to help us make moral choices and stay true to our ideals are often our friends. Positive behaviors and personal growth are influenced by good friends, which are more helpful in the long run than money. To sum up, money is important for meeting our material wants, but friendships are what really make our lives better. Friendships offer things that money can't. Emotional support, shared experiences, acceptance, stability, and moral direction. Putting these ties first and taking care of them is important for living a full and meaningful life. Number 8. Always do what you need to do. At the hospital, while everyone is sleeping, doctors are constantly checking on patients at their bedsides. Even though they are physically exhausted, their love for their job and sense of duty drive them to keep working, which shows both a strong sense of duty and a calm attitude. Philosophy shown by Principle 8. Always do what you're supposed to do. People have different duties depending on their roles in family, work, and society, but the core of fulfilling duties stays the same. We must act not only for our own benefit, but also for the good of everyone else. This requires a balance between personal freedom and social responsibility, which Epictetus saw as the key to a happy and meaningful life. When we do our duties, we not only create value for ourselves and those around us, but we also gain a sense of self-worth and honor. This gives us endless motivation for life, by making us feel like we are a part of something bigger, a part of the ongoing process of development and improvement. Always keep in mind that every duty is a chance to show off our best traits and help society move forward as a whole. Each day brings a new set of challenges, goals, and obligations. To get through these things successfully, you need to put tasks that are in line with your goals and values at the top of your list. You can stay focused, busy, and on track to success if you do what you need to do. This concept isn't just about getting things done or meeting deadlines. It's also about making a consistent effort to grow as a person and in your career. It builds discipline, dependability, and a sense of success to always do what needs to be done. Set order for your tasks. It's because not all jobs are created equal. Some are very important to your goals, while others may not be as important. Step 1. Write down all of your jobs, then sort them into groups based on how important and urgent they are. Focus on the most important things first. Goal setting. To explain, setting clear goals helps you stay motivated and on track. They make sense of what needs to be done and why it's important. Step 1. Write down your short and long-term goals. Make sure they are SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Keep your discipline. Being consistent is important if you want to reach your goals. Discipline helps you stick with your plans, even when you're not feeling like it. Step 1. Make a schedule with time set aside for your important tasks. Do not change this routine at all. Don't put things off. Putting things off can stop you from making progress and cause stress. It's usually because they're afraid, don't want to, or can't handle their time well. Take on jobs one at a time by breaking them up into smaller, more manageable pieces. To stay on task, use methods such as the Pomodoro technique. Look at and make changes. Regularly reviewing your work helps you stay on track and make any changes to your plan that are needed. Action. Make time to check in on your work toward your goals every so often. You should change your plans and tactics based on what works and what doesn't. By following these tips, you can make sure you always do what you need to, which will help you grow as a person and be successful. Number 9. Always think the worst will happen. Thinking the worst will happen is a way of preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for problems and difficulties. This way of thinking is often called defensive pessimism. This way of thinking isn't meant to make people more negative. Instead, it's meant to make people stronger and more ready for any situation. It can help you deal with stress, figure out what risks you face, and solve problems before they happen. How to understand defensive pessimism. When you're defensively pessimistic, you keep your hopes low and plan for the worst possible outcomes. It's a way to deal with worry and can help you find better ways to deal with things. Advantages of being ready for the worst. Being ready. If you think about what problems might happen, You can make backup plans and avoid being caught off guard. Stress reduction. Having a plan for the worst-case scenario can make you feel less stressed and more confident. Motivation. Being afraid of bad things happening can push you to work harder to avoid them. Putting defensive pessimism into practice. Figure out what could go wrong. Make a list of all the things that could go wrong. Make plans for what could go wrong. For each possible problem, make a detailed action plan. Warm up with scenarios. In your mind, go over what you would do in the worst case. Keeping pessimism and realism in check. It's good to be ready for the worst, but it's also important to keep a healthy balance to avoid being too negative. To keep an upbeat attitude and stay ready, mix defensive pessimism with realistic optimism. Case studies and real-life examples. Planning for a business. To plan for market downturns and financial instability, companies often use risk management techniques. Personal life. People may plan for the worst when it comes to their health or relationships to make sure they can handle problems well. In the past, many great people, like inventors and explorers, expected and planned for failures, which helped them succeed in the end. Thinking that the worst will happen all the time can help you deal with worry and make sure you are ready for anything. By thinking about problems ahead of time and making plans to deal with them, you can handle life's unknowns with more confidence and strength. But it's important to keep things in perspective and not let negativity overshadow the chances of good things happening. Number 10. Remember that death is waiting at the end of the road. I am not inviting you to despair. Rather, I am leading you to an awakening to understanding that death is the final journey of all our actions, and that strength lies in what happened in the beginning, when you spent your whole life building a house of dreams, where your love and dreams are remembered. But one day misfortune came suddenly, a big earthquake. A big storm or flood took everything away. The house you built with all your heart, you were completely destroyed, natural heartache, but you realize that valuable things are not things but memories. Memories love and connect with loved ones. This event also reminds you that life is about creating memories. Let you build walls. Let death inspire you to live each day, knowing that nothing is permanent and not every moment is permanent. Precious. Don't let the fear of death stop you from showing the love you strive for and to contribute to the world you see as a memory, to live to the fullest. You have praise and purpose. You are afraid to face death. What is your comment? Leave your comment on death in the comment section of this video. Remember that death is waiting at the end of the road is a strong warning that everyone will die. Even though this idea seems sad, it can be deeply inspiring and enlightening. It makes us feel like we need to live our lives quickly, put what's important first, and find value in what we do. Realizing that we will die makes us value life and the time we have more, which makes every moment more valuable and every choice more thought out. Being aware of death. Being aware that life is limited can help you feel a sense of meaning and urgency. People who are aware of this are more likely to focus on what's important and live each day with purpose and mindfulness. Setting priorities for values. Knowing that you will die helps you set priorities for your ideals and goals. It makes people think about what they want to accomplish and what kind of legacy they want to leave behind, which helps them make more important and satisfying decisions in their lives. Taking pleasure in the present. This idea makes you deeply appreciate the present moment. Realizing that time is limited makes people more likely to value their experiences, relationships and chances, which improves their general health and happiness. Getting people to take risks. Realizing that time is running out can push people to take chances and follow their dreams. When people think about how terrible death is, They are less afraid of failing, which encourages them to leave their comfort zones and go after their goals. A different view on problems. Realizing that you will die can help you understand the problems you face every day. It helps people not worry about the little things and focus on what's really important, which makes them stronger and more optimistic about life's obstacles. Accepting that death is at the end of the road doesn't mean living in fear. Instead, it means making choices that are in line with our values that make our lives better. It's a call to live fully, honestly, and with a message. Number 11. Always get something good out of things. Just imagine being cheated by a close friend of 10 years. How would you feel? Betrayal is one of the hardest things that can happen to our trust and spirit, but it also gives us a chance to think about what we've been through. In this kind of situation, trying to learn and be resilient is not only a mental workout, but also a way to heal. First, you accept that pain and betrayal are normal parts of being human. Then, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The answers could include realizing how important it is to have self-confidence, set boundaries in relationships, or find your strength and ability to forgive. Every experience gives us a chance to learn and grow. When you see every situation as a lesson, you not only get through it, but you also get stronger and smarter. That's how you turn pain and betrayal into motivation for personal and spiritual growth. There are both good and bad things that happen in life. Being able to learn something useful from every situation is important for personal growth and resilience. When we think about the good things that can come from any situation, we can turn problems into chances and mistakes into steps forward. This method encourages ongoing improvement, improves the ability to solve problems, and grows a strong and positive view on life. Recognize chances when things go wrong. There is a hidden chance to grow in every struggle or hard situation. Think about what you can learn or gain from the bad things that happen. This will help you use them to your advantage in the future. Have a growth mindset. If you have a growth attitude, you see every situation as a chance to get better and learn something. This point of view tells you to see mistakes and failures as useful lessons instead of losses. Do some reflective thinking. Regularly thinking about the things you've done and seen can help you see the good and learn from them. This practice not only helps you learn more about yourself, but it also gets you ready to handle similar scenarios better in the future. Build up your strength and optimism. Getting something good out of every situation makes you stronger and more upbeat. When you constantly look for the bright side, you improve your ability to get over problems and stay positive. Use what you've learned in future situations. The real value of getting benefits is being able to use what you've learned in future projects. You can use what you've learned to make better choices, avoid making the same mistakes, and live a happier, more successful life. By following these rules, you can turn every experience into a useful chance to improve yourself and your career, making sure that you always move forward and change. Number 12. Keep in mind that fortune can be dangerous. Fortune, which is often portrayed as a changeable and uncertain force, has a big impact on how our lives turn out. Being aware of the risks that come with luck is important for getting through the good and bad times that life throws at us. Bad luck can cause problems and failures, while good luck can bring success and happiness. Understanding the two sides of luck and getting ready for the bad things that could happen can help us stay strong and keep a fair view no matter what. Understand that luck is unpredictable. Fortune is naturally uncertain, and it can shift at any time. When we accept this, we can better get ready for when our plans change without warning. Instead of depending on luck alone, It's important to build skills, knowledge, and resilience to deal with the unknowns of life. Don't depend too much on luck. It's easy to think that luck played a part in your success, but it's important to remember that hard work, persistence, and smart planning also played a part. When you depend too much on luck, you might become lazy and not be ready for tough times. Get ready for trouble. Bad luck can lead to problems and issues, just like good luck can lead to good things happening. We can lessen the effects of bad things that happen and feel in charge of our lives by thinking about and getting ready for problems that might happen. Keep a balanced view of things. When thinking about luck, it's important to keep things in perspective and remember that both good and bad things happen in life. Having this balance helps us enjoy the good times without becoming too dependent on them, and it gives us the strength and drive to get through the hard times. Build up your inner strength and resilience. To deal with the unpredictable nature of luck, you need to build inner power and resilience. To do this, you need to keep a positive attitude, learn from your mistakes, and be able to react to new situations. By working on these traits, we can better handle the ups and downs of life and come out stronger on the other side. Fortune and luck are often seen as good things in life, but they also come with the risk of the unknown. Epictetus wisely taught us that true happiness doesn't come from material things like money or status. He taught us that true luck isn't what we happen to find, but rather the ability to stay calm and positive in the face of any problem. The key to living a life that isn't based on luck is to cultivate a soul that isn't shaken by life's storms. Real wealth doesn't come from what you own, but from inner peace and contentment. Being aware of the traps of fortune and luck will lead us to a meaningful life where happiness isn't based on outside factors, but on a deep understanding of oneself and the world around us. Number 13. Listen twice as much as you speak. One person named Epictetus said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This quote stresses that by listening more than speaking, we open the door to learning, understanding, and empathy from others. Every story and opinion can be a valuable lesson that helps us build a strong foundation for personal growth. Listening not only makes us better friends, leaders, and co-workers, but it also shows that we care about and respect others. Listening is also seen as an important part of self-cultivation because it helps us avoid misunderstandings and pointless arguments and gives us the chance to learn from others' experiences and points of view. By doing this, we not only improve our knowledge and skills, but we also make the community stronger and more understanding. Please like and share this video if you have learned the lesson of listening more than speaking in real life. People often put off learning how to listen because they want to talk and be heard more, but talking isn't enough to communicate well. You also need to really listen. Listen twice as much as you speak is a saying that helps us remember how important it is to listen actively. By putting listening ahead of speaking, we can better understand others, build stronger relationships, and make the space where people work together better. This lesson stresses how important it is to listen and gives us practical ways to improve our listening skills. Hey, realize how important it is to listen. Improves understanding. Listening helps us fully understand what other people are saying, which means we understand them better and don't misunderstand them as much. Helps people connect. By genuinely interested in what other people have to say, we build trust and make our personal and business relationships stronger. Learn how to listen actively. Pay close attention. Pay attention to the person speaking, look them in the eye, and stay focused. This shows that you respect them and care about what they have to say. Think and make clear. Restate what the person said and ask questions to make sure you understand. This not only shows that you are interested, but it also makes sure that you got it right. Hey, do not give in to the urge to talk. Wait your turn. Let the other person finish their thought before you answer. Interrupting them can mess up their train of thought and make it harder for them to communicate clearly. Carefully. Think about your responses. Think about what was said for a moment before you come up with your answer. This helps you give feedback that is thoughtful and useful. Hey, show that you care and understand. Recognize emotions. Listen to and agree with what the speaker is saying. This shows that you care about their point of view and builds a stronger relationship. How to respond correctly. Customize your answers to show that you understand and empathize, creating a safe space for communication. Make it a habit to listen. Do this regularly. Try to listen more and talk less in the people you talk to every day. This will turn into a habit over time. Ask for help. Ask other people how you can improve the way you listen, and be ready to hear helpful feedback. This mindset of always getting better will help you communicate better generally. Adding these habits to your daily routine can help you become a better listener, which will help your relationships and conversation. Remember that the rule to listen twice as much as you speak is not just a suggestion. It is a powerful way to grow as a person and in your career. Number 4. Do not cling to a single hope. Life's variety is a gift, and opening our hearts and minds to all of its possibilities not only makes our lives better, but it also keeps us from being deeply disappointed if we don't reach our goal. When we put all of our hopes in one dream, failure is not only a risk, but also a heavy burden that tests our spirit and resilience. This doesn't mean we shouldn't follow our dreams or interests, but it does serve as a reminder to keep an open mind, ready to find and accept happiness in different forms. By accepting the differences in life and not holding ourselves to a single expectation, we unlock the door to true freedom. The freedom to fail without losing ourselves. Life, with all its variety and richness, calls us to savor every moment. No matter what happens, we can get through it and find meaning in every step of our journey. Hope is a strong motivation that can help us get through hard times and keep going until we reach our goals. But holding on to a single hope or basing all of our hopes on a single result can be limiting and even harmful. Life is unpredictable, and things can change quickly. If our only dream doesn't come true, we are left open to harm. It's helpful to have more than one source of hope and keep an open mind so that we can change our minds and find new ways to move forward when we need to. This way of thinking makes us stronger and keeps us open to all the different possibilities that life has to give. Spread out your hopes. Diversifying your investments lowers your financial risk, and having many goals and dreams lowers your emotional and mental risk. When you work toward multiple dreams and goals, you build a safety net that can help you if one of your hopes doesn't come true. Be open to change. Life has many changes and twists that you don't expect. You can deal with things that don't go as planned if you are open to change and flexible. You don't have to let one lost hope bring you down. Instead, you can change your focus to other goals and keep moving forward. Build up your resilience. Learning how to recover from losses is an important part of becoming resilient. When you don't hold on to just one dream, you can handle disappointments better. Being resilient helps you see mistakes as chances to learn instead of as problems you can't solve. Pay attention to the way you get there as well as the end goal. Sometimes going after a goal can be just as satisfying as reaching it. You can be happy and satisfied no matter what happens if you enjoy the process and stay open to new things and lessons along the way. This point of view helps you stay positive and inspired, even when certain hopes don't come true. Ask for help and help each other. Surround yourself with friends, family, and teachers who will help you. Their support, different points of view, and new chances can help you when your first hopes are dashed. A strong community keeps you positive and resourceful, and it encourages you to be open to many dreams and possibilities. Number 5, make alliances with winning people. The ancient Greeks said, "You will be like the 5 closest friends of yours." This is both a true reflection of how our social environments can affect us and a smart way to improve the quality of our own lives. When we hang out with successful people, we not only learn from their experiences and knowledge, but we also get more motivation to face challenges and reach our goals. Contact with people who have a winning spirit can help us learn new things, boost our inner strength, and develop an ever-revolving mindset toward excellence. But building relationships with winners isn't just about getting something. It's also about giving something. A truly strong and long-lasting relationship is based on mutual support, sharing knowledge, experience, and growth. We can't just ask winners for help. We have to be willing to help them succeed as well. Both sides move forward and rise together because of the balance and contact. Making connections with successful and powerful people can have a big effect on both your personal and business life. Surrounding yourself with winners gives you chances to learn, grow, and help each other. You can find new opportunities, be motivated to hit higher goals, and learn a lot from people who have already done well through these alliances. By hanging out with successful people, you can build a network that encourages working together, coming up with new ideas, and always getting better. Find important people. Honor people who have done well in areas that are related to your goals. Look for people who have a growth attitude, are determined, and can bounce back from setbacks. People who are successful and willing to share what they know are good people to find. Build real relationships. Be honest and respectful when talking to possible partners. Show that you care about their work and accomplishments. Find common ground and interests that you both share to build a strong friendship. Give value and help. Offer your skills, knowledge, and support to the friendship to make it stronger. You can show that you are a useful ally by being trustworthy. Encourage a relationship where both people can use and gain from each other's skills and resources. Grow and learn. Take advantage of the chance to learn from the thoughts and experiences of your friends. Being ready to change and get better is a big part of that. Take the information and tips you've learned and use it to improve your own skills and plans. Keep alliances strong and going. Check in with your friends often and stay in touch with them. Celebrate their wins and be there for them when things get tough, encouraging and helping them. Keep putting money into the friendship to make sure it stays strong and helpful over time. If you do these things, you can hook up with successful people who can help you reach your goals and build a network of support and success. Number 6. True wealth comes from being happy. In a world constantly pursuing material wealth and life, principle number 16 gives a new perspective that true wealth is not in wealth but in body and soul. A happy heart is like an unshakable castle that stands strong against storms. Life we find peace and satisfaction not in external things, but in a state of harmony and acceptance. When we follow this principle in life means changing our purpose in things we do not value in the things we have, including finding happiness in the simplicity of life, encouraging deep relationships with others, and personal development through self-improvement. The pursuit of improvement and perfection not only enriches our lives, but we also develop a happy spirit that encourages those around us to rethink the true meaning of wealth as Epictetus reminds us that our control is our control, not outside of us, but we choose to live with our judgment and value. Therefore the rich, not those who have more, are those who need less. You know what Epictetus's quote is about this principle? Share it in the comments below this video to get to know. People often think that true wealth means having a lot of stuff and being financially successful. But a lot of people feel unfulfilled, even though they've reached these outward signs of success. True wealth goes beyond money and things. It comes from being happy and satisfied. People find a kind of wealth that lasts a lifetime and is worth a lot when they put their own happiness, mental health, and the variety of their experiences first. This lesson looks at the idea of true wealth, with the main idea that finding true happiness is the greatest prize anyone can find. Put your emotional health first. Mental and physical health are the first steps to real wealth. Practicing awareness, doing things that make you happy, and asking for help when you need it are all important steps toward real happiness. Build relationships that matter. Having good ties with family, friends, and people in the community is a big part of being happy. These relationships give people support, love, and a sense of belonging, all of which are valuable parts of real wealth. Find meaning and happiness. Finding work or hobbies that give you a sense of meaning can make you feel very happy. When people do things that are in line with their morals and passions, they feel more fulfilled than just being successful in the material world. Be thankful every day. Recognizing and appreciating the good things in life on a regular basis can help you stay upbeat and happy. Being thankful helps you see what you have instead of what you don't have, which makes you feel richer. Live a balanced life. For long-term happiness, you need to find balance in your life, which includes work, play, health, and personal growth. Aiming for balance makes sure that no one part of life takes over, which is good for your general health and wealth. Being truly wealthy isn't about how much money you have. It's about how happy and satisfied you are. People can live a full and rich life by putting their mental health first, taking care of their relationships, finding meaning in their life, being grateful, and keeping their balance. If you want to be truly wealthy, you need to enjoy every moment of your life with thanks and a sense of purpose. Number 17. Stop worrying about what is out of your control. This principle is easier to understand if you think of your life as a trip on a ship in the middle of the ocean. You can steer the ship, but you can't change the weather, the big waves, or the strong winds. Instead, you can only do what you can to get ready, and then you can focus on controlling how you react and deal with things you don't want to happen. It's easier to deal with stress and anxiety when we stop worrying about things we can't change. This lets us focus on what we can do and the choices we can make, which not only makes our lives more peaceful, but also makes us stronger when we have to deal with problems and challenges. Remember that we can't change everything around us, but we can change how we act and react to those things. So stop worrying about things we can't change and start thinking about what we can do to live a more meaningful and happy life. We often worry about things and events in our lives that we can't change. This habit can cause stress, worry, and wasted energy that aren't needed. A key skill for keeping mental health and finding peace of mind is learning to focus on what we can change and let go of what we can't. By understanding and following this concept, we can make it easier to deal with the problems we face in life and be more resilient. Figure out what you can manage. Set clear boundaries between what you can control and what you can't. Think about what you do, how you feel, and what you decide. Know that you can't always control what other people do or what happens in the outside world. Learn to accept what is. Understand that life is full of unknowns and changes that you can't plan for. Meditation or deep breathing are good ways to practice awareness and help you stay grounded. Accept that you can't always plan or predict what will happen. Change your attention. Put your energy into things that will make a difference. You should set goals that you can actually reach, and you should take steps to get there. Focus on your own growth and improvement instead of what other people will do. Create ways to deal with stress. Develop healthy ways to deal with worry and anxiety to make yourself more resilient. Do things that make you happy and calm down, like hobbies, social conversations, or physical activities. When you need it, get help from friends, family, or experts. Do not try to be perfect. Understand that trying to be perfect is not possible and can often backfire. Mistakes and failures are chances to learn and grow, so welcome them. Learn to be kind to yourself and appreciate your efforts and successes, no matter how small they are. By following these rules every day, you can cut down on stress and worry that aren't necessary, focus on what's important, and live a happier, healthier life. Number 18. Guilt is the same thing as the plague. Like a constant plague, guilt spreads through the mind and soul, filling it with sorrow and self-blame. It moves quietly, feeding on insecurities and bad things done in the past. It leaves a path of mental turmoil in its wake. In the same way that the plague destroys bodies, guilt destroys our sense of peace and self-worth, and it can be too much for us to handle. When we feel guilty, it's like a disease that spreads through our thoughts and feelings, changing how we see ourselves, our relationships, and the things we do. Internal struggle. It shows up as an inner fight between reason and regret, and it's hard to forgive yourself when you're always questioning the choices you've made in the past. Erosion of confidence. Feeling guilty makes you doubt your own skills and worthiness, which can get in the way of your future plans and goals. Healing process. To get over guilt, you have to admit that it's there, figure out where it comes from, and actively ask for forgiveness, both from yourself and from those who were involved. Lessons learned. Guilt can teach you by showing you where you need to improve yourself and your morals, but focusing on it too much gets in the way of your progress and peace of mind. Comparing shame to the plague helps us remember how sneaky it is and how important it is to deal with it with kindness and honest reflection. While short-sighted people tend to blame others, smart people know that it is useless to blame others. The philosopher Epictetus said something profound that has caused modern psychologists to rethink our ideas about sin. They no longer see sin as an innate weakness, but as an emotion that can be overcome. The real success of guilt lies in its refusal to look at its own game, but the problem lies in the allure of the easy way out. When we blame others or ourselves and easily avoid taking responsibility for correcting our mistakes, we can solve life's problems with wisdom, and I will help you through life's difficult journey. We often feel unexpected storms hitting us, but we also remember the real power that does this. Don't make the mistake of pretending you don't care, but allow these deep principles to permeate your soul from failure to failure. Having the ability to transform these storms into opportunities, as the principles of Epictetus 18 teach us. Simple and straightforward way. If these words touched your heart, leave a comment or share your thoughts to spread this ray of Stoic philosophy among people. We understand that we have the power to control our behavior in every situation. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. And deep in the future, Shah, thank you for always guiding us and sharing our beliefs with us. And together, we create a world full of positivity and energy from within.